Hey everybody, it is Justin, your guide into the other side. You may have missed the gargantuan update on Otherside inside of the Discord channel. It was in the other side channel. So you guys may have missed this. There was like 2 hours of conversation, hashing out the details of like Project Dragon, the storyline, Meetropolis, Koda Island, builder tooling into Improbable. Additionally, stuff like the desktop client and pixel streaming. And then additionally, what you guys are probably looking for is the Agora economy and what's going to happen with the remaining 100,000 other deeds in its current form. So I did make this ginormous write-up. This took forever to write, and it has a lot of information. This thread will be linked in the description if you guys want to take a look and you don't want to waste time on Discord. But we're just going to break it down from what Garga told us. I did take this picture from DC when he posted it in the chat at that time. I thought it was just such a baller pic, so we definitely did that. So we'll just go through all of these updates right now. So, fun fact, Garga hasn't taken a salary in years, which is actually kind of wild. Putting my blood, sweat, and tears into making things happen. Would have been the easiest thing in the world to just let top gaming execs to hired to do things keep taking things on the path they were on. Do you think you would have gotten a Town Hall Project Dragon Somnia points for the airdrop and the ODK release this week if the same people who were in charge of Otherside the past year were in charge of the last 60 days? I get it, I'm pissed too, and that's why heads had to roll and why I've stepped in. They also had a picture here of him. Figgy is about to shoot him in the Meetropolis internal playtest. I believe he said that friendly fire wasn't turned off in this particular instance, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty epic. He's like, do not kill me. We're on the same team. So again, I'll give you guys the TLDR before we jump into the meat of the post. But basically, Otherside Town Hall, Project Dragon, Somnia, and the ODK have been the highest priority on the board since the last 60 days to get publicized, as well as keep pushing. The ODK will also be the place for developers and people and builders to monetize their game and build social experiences in Otherside. And then each high-profile experience like Meetropolis will occur on an other deed with the ability for thousands to congregate. And then additionally, Koda Island is coming after Meetropolis, like a free-for-all. And then that was kind of confirmed. So and then again, resource implementation and balancing still to be determined. So again, I'm just gonna go through the ginormous bullet point list that he dropped at 2:46 EST, and he said the very near-term vision for Otherside is simple. The ODK should be the easiest and best way to build and monetize your game. It should be easy to plug in those experiences to other D-Gen stuff being built in Web3, and I'm working on closing a partnership with that in mind. Ooh, that's very interesting. Not sure what that means. Every experience that we or other people build needs to happen on an other deed. Meetropolis is a tier 4 deed, steps deed. And then Koda Island, let's go. I fucking knew it, guys. Well, I guess that was kind of obvious, right? We'll be on a different deed, and will be the next one to come out after Meetropolis. So what that environment is still to be, I guess we'll figure it out. Otherside's most interesting aspect, aside from being a creative platform, is that it enables thousands of people in a single space with high fidelity graphics. Has anyone ever done 3,000 people team fight battles with people shooting each other on a massive map? No. Maybe we've seen like up to 100 on like Fortnite, but not over 3,000. That's for certain. So we'll do that the first time in July. So that is literally, I don't know, we got like 2 months before July, May, June, July. Yeah. I know the big question mark for the community is on resources. All right. I know you guys have been collecting resources, speculating on them, collecting them, figuring out what you want to use them for. And again, that is a complex question, right? I don't have, what Garga said was like, I don't have a better answer to give you on them, because if I say anything and it changes, then everybody's gonna get really mad, right? Because every economy and every game is a balancing act, and it's quite difficult. Even the biggest AAA titles have a hard time, executing on game balance, especially if you add in economies that actually tie into like Ethereum or Apechain or Apecoin, then it becomes even harder. So again, yeah, that's still to be determined. But the goal is the same. We want to make a first-party experience for people to play, but very importantly, other people can build on top of our platform. This is a metaverse. It's about enabling people to build and trade and come as crazy avatars and stuff, right? So our Kodas, mutants, bored apes, etc., etc. So the same tooling enables that crazy stuff in July is what will be available to developers with the Otherside development kit. No, the ODK is not something a non-technical person can really use at this current moment in time, I believe. To either use it, okay, so basically he did say you need to have a bit of familiarity with game engines like Unreal, right? But Solidity isn't easy to use either, and they're like 3,500 developers on Blast. I think once people get a taste for the ODK, we could see crazy shit like massive battle royales, right? Once you put these things into people's hands, people tend to do crazy stuff with them. In the case of like Roblox, in the case of like even YouTube, if you give people tools to build stuff, then they tend to make like content that like multiplies the scope of the platform tenfold, right? Or whatever exponent that would be. So anyways, let's talk about Improbable, and then we'll get into the rest of the stuff like builder tooling, storyline, internal playtests, and okay, I'm just going to go in order, guys, because there's a lot of shit in here. So when asked about Improbable, Garga addressed that everything M2 can do, Otherside can do, and a lot more, right? So he also talked about user acquisition in this particular regards, and I'm going to skip this part because I just want to read Garga's words directly. So we're building on top of Improbable's tech. So everything M squared can do, we can do, plus we're pouring millions on top. And then I believe Nova asked here, would love to learn more about user acquisition strategy for the initial builds. Has anything been shared on this front? And Garga did say, he did respond, he said, a fair question. Right now, focused is on just shipping product, right? Good product is marketing. And having the alpha Otherside development kit for the builders allows them to make stuff and have them incentivized to drive users to the platform. And then after that, the platform needs to focus on curation and content awareness. So you need a good Otherside hub where people browse experience to jump into, like it's Netflix. So very similar, very pretty simple. So builder tooling. Additionally, they kind of went into deeper about builder access, right? So Nova asked, will the tooling have a similar level of complexity to Unreal Engine for Fortnite? And, with that, you can build cookie cutter maps pretty much without any code, but anything custom requires dev and 3D modeling knowledge. And just trying to understand how far along the tooling is until it's truly no code for beginners. And in its current iteration, Garga said, no, it's more involved than UEFN, right? But as other ODK builders add stuff, templates can be made, and basically it gets easier with more stuff that people can build. And then, yes, you can code in blueprints, not no C++, right? So again, we're moving on to storyline and Project Dragon playtesting, and this one was something that a lot of us have been asking for. Is there a storyline? Are we going to get more lore? Are we going to get more information? And I think Raiden asked, what about story and lore? Is there a main story being made for the game? And yes, we are rolling out a story with Dragon, which will evolve over the monthly series. So again, Project Dragon is a monthly thing. So we're going to see more and more and more every single month. So starting in July. So very excited to see more lore with regards to each of the IPs, right? So he also said that internal play testings are ongoing with an emphasis on, the HUD, UI, UX, and weapon improvements, right? So again, he did say, I assume that before the big event in July, there will be some story rolling out. Yes, July is when it starts. And then he did say, already playtesting it internally, but the UI and the weapons are jank for now. We haven't made the HUD sexy or done sexy weapons, but they are still kit bashed. And he said, And then I think Frosty did say, he said, I don't think most of us care too much about how good it looks, but appreciate 2 months. But appreciate that in 2 months, that we can. It's pretty near. We'll still survive that. Good thing you slashed the heads, which did the things last year. Couldn't have gone another year without anything. And then Garga did emphasize, yes, sexy is important. Meetropolis is a work of art, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club Island, in my opinion. And the weapons should be pretty cool as well. Again, man, Oh man, I wonder what kind of weapons we're gonna be used to shoot each other with. That's gonna be exciting. So again, I'm glad to hear that they're working on things like UI and weapons, but I'm gonna keep going on to pixel streaming versus the desktop client, right? Because I know a lot of you guys have been asking, um, we're gonna have higher graphics. So he did say. So Garga did say, it's a little bit hard to go through this part, so I'll read through the TLDR. So the client will be available for Project Dragon, which means I think there will be a downloadable client, and downloading from the client makes the quality way, way better. It's just for PC for now, but Improbable is working on a Mac client over the next couple of months, right? So we'll just have to wait on the Mac client. So good to see the improvements there with regards to things being updated with regards to fidelity. I'm going to cough. Okay, we're back. So let's talk about the Agora / Apechain, Apecoin, the economy, and what happens with the additional 100,000 other needs that was inside of the obelisk outlined earlier. So Dandelo asked a question here. This so many differences from the original plan. We just hear about it now. Why not stick to the plan we bought into or made clear announcements about changes? Not releasing the 100,000 lands is a very big deal. I don't care about scarcity or price. I was looking forward to fun with other lands releasing and to playing the arcade game, etc., etc. The OG plan, everything that we outlined with the obelisk, and then we don't really know necessarily what to expect now. So again, Garga did respond to this, and he said, this is just with regards to the 100,000 other deeds inside of the obelisk. So the plan was to always do the 100,000 lands at the end of the full obelisk for voyagers who helped complete it. And, as you can tell, we're a ways off from the obelisk being complete. I think we're at probably the third piece I think there's more than 8, but that's 3 out of 8. So we got a long ways to go, guys. I don't really think right now would probably be the best time to dunk 100,000 more deeds onto the market. That would make deeds pretty cheap. If you ask me, I would pick up another one if that happened. But that's probably not gonna happen, and Garga did affirm that with his responses. So, what about the Apecoin economy and Apechain? So Danilo did ask too. He said, "It seems like you're rebranding the hub as the Agora and removing a marketplace that operates in Ape. Is the Agora still a marketplace for farmed items, crafted / collective items that we can buy and sell with Apecoin?" And then Garga did address this. Otherside economy will happen via Apecoin. So if you want to buy or sell things in-game or monetize via the Otherside development kit, that's Apecoin you're going to have to spend on Apechain, right? And Apechain, thank Lord we have Apechain, because that's on Arbitrum as a layer 3, I believe. And insofar as in the Arbitrum, my experience has been that that's been very fast in the case of, the other games that have been fully on chain. So I almost said bullish. I'm excited for that. So the idea was always to have a central several islands where people can congregate and socialize and trade, and that's how we've been developing the Agora. Oh, yes. So that's perfect. That's perfect. So again, not too much change with regards to the Agora. The Agora on the front page, that way to curate all of your stuff, as we kind of outlined at the very top. He did say it here. Yeah, okay. There's too much information in this post, guys. But Garga did talk about all those things inside. God damn it! Now it's all blacked out. Anyways, I'm just gonna scroll to the top and just pray to God. But yeah, basically with regards to everything, it's just, man, the economy is gonna be on Apechain. We're gonna be transacting in Ape. We got Project Dragon in the storyline. Dropping pretty soon here with Meetropolis, and then Koda Island right afterwards. And I would assume the Koda 3D models would align with whenever the Koda Island experience happens. And then we also have mutants in the works as well. I would assume that's maybe after that. It seems like they're going one by one through each of these, but basically that's my TLDR of Project Dragon, the storyline, builder tooling, Improbable, what they're doing with regards to improving fidelity with regards to the desktop client and pixel streaming. And then last but not least, we did go over the Agora economy and the remaining 100,000 other deeds. So again, I know it was pretty big post, a lot of dense information. I will have all the links in the description below to the post, kind of recapping everything if you just want to read through the ginormous wall of text. But honestly, yeah, we're focused. Garga is completely right. It's more important to focus on shipping, right? Good product is marketing. We really need that momentum back. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad everything's moving in the supposedly moving in the right direction. Especially, we'll have to see in July, of course, but everything just seems to be aligning quite nicely. So until then, can't wait to jump into Meetropolis. Can't wait to see all the models, and massive thanks to Garga for dropping some words of wisdom in the Discord. But anyways, hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy this content, if you like it, these types of updates. This thread took hours to write. So definitely go like and repost that shit on Twitter, because that helps a lot. Because I know a lot of people don't have the time to, reverse search 4 hours of conversation. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the other side. Pretty excited. Catch you guys in the next. Peace out, guys.